Station, this is Houston. Are you ready for the event?
Houston, this is Station. I am ready for the event.
Radio France, this is Mission Control Houston. Please call station for a voice check.
Station, this is ESA PO. Can you read me?
ESA PAO from station. I read you loud and clear. How me?
Thank you, Sophie. We are now going to switch to French. Et je vais donner la parole à Jérôme Chapuis pour France Info.
Okay. Bonjour Sophie Adno. Et merci de donner un peu de votre temps aux auditeurs de France Info. Ça fait bientôt 4 mois maintenant que vous êtes à bord de l'ISS.
I'm very delighted to be with you.
Ça fait bientôt 4 mois que vous êtes à bord de l'ISS. Qu'est-ce qui vous a le plus émerveillé pendant ces 4 mois? Qu'est-ce qui continue aujourd'hui de vous émerveiller?
Écoutez, l'émerveillement, il est
Listen, marvelous every day, at each and every moment. It's a mix of all the experiences I have since I came here. First of all, it's the view over Earth, which is absolutely splendid, flabbergasting, incredible. Each and every time I open the blinds in the morning, I think the same thing. It's so beautiful, let me tell you. And also, what goes on marveling me is to move in this the 3D and be able to do moves you can't do on Earth. It's very funny. And also all science we're performing on board. We have science progress. The medical side also, I think it's magical. Noticeably, those experiments with pupils of elementary school, they're growing plants on Earth, and that's transmission. You do it on the ISS.
Effectivement, je suis absolument ravie.
Indeed, absolutely delighted to conduct this experiment with the French school kids and all those participating, not only in France. For me, transmission is absolutely paramount. Transmission of curiosity, learning, testing, experience new things, be curious, ask questions. And whatever the experiment, sometimes you have surprising outcomes. This is how you progress, and you ask new questions. This is how scientific progress is going on. It starts very young to have the curiosity aroused, and it's very important for me to try to trigger this little seed of curiosity among the youngest. We asked several persons to ask you questions on France Info. First, you're lucky. It's a student of the engineering school who trained you at Lou Guafon. Listen. Hello. Girls are more and more interested in space. You, on your side, how do you feel this growing impact of females in space?
Sophie Adno.
Sophie.
Alors, je suis désolée, malheureusement, je n'ai pas...
I'm sorry, but I couldn't hear clearly the question. The communication was slightly blurred. Can you repeat the question? What is the presence of females changing in space currently?
Mais écoutez, pour moi, c'est vraiment important de...
Look, for me, it's really important
de transmettre le message que les femmes sont
transmit this message
aussi importantes que les hommes dans le milieu spatial.
Females are as important as males in space. It's an environment that is welcoming whoever, whatever the gender, their origin. 50% of the mankind, humankind, is made of females. So why should deprive ourselves of females in this scientific area? It's important to have all the additional profiles. Either you grow up in the fields or in an urban surrounding or in another country, whatever. As long as you feel contributing to science and to the space mission, well, there's room for everybody.
Une question de quelqu'un que vous connaissez bien,
c'est la chef étoilée Anne-Sophie. It's from Anne-Sophie Peak, the chef who have prepared some bonus food for you. Hello, Sophie. I hope you're well. I'm thinking of you every day. I know you're 250 miles above our heads. Short question for you today about your bonus food. What's your preferred dish?
Votre plat
your preferred dish
dans vos repas bonus.
And your bonus food.
Ah mais c'est impossible de choisir, je vous assure, je les aime
Impossible to choose. I love them all.
Non, mais chaque plat a son...
Look, each and every dish has this little bit of a specific connection. I like rice with milk. That remembers me of my childhood. And the onion soup of my grandmother. And the bœuf braisé, which is absolutely sublime. Was signed Anne-Sophie Pic, the chef. I like the wedding, the alliance of having spices from all over the world and succeed in assembling them in such a way that in the mouth it's a real explosion. So when you don't have, how should I say, fresh food on a daily basis, a meal like the one prepared by Anne-Sophie Pic, well, you profit of it incredibly. It's not every day, but we profited. You said recently that life was quieter on board ISS than during the training years. I don't know if you have time to read, but we met recently Writer and Goncourt Awardee Laura Petit, who has a question for you. I'd like to ask her if she got bored in a constructive way on board. Does it happen, Sophie, that you are getting bored on board the ISS?
Écoutez, c'est surprenant que ça puisse...
Look, it's surprising that it might seem like that. No, there's no dead time. Years of training were very intense, but it's also moving all around the world to be trained with the various international agencies interacting with astronauts. Ever since I'm on board, we don't have the moves, but the pace is easier. You don't have the changes in the time frames, but however, the days are very intense. We are very long days, 12-hour days, so boring, downtime, no. It's also a question of personality for me, because even if there were some downtime, and there will be, might be, but I always have a small idea about things to test, and with a really flowing imagination, you can test a lot on board. It's so surprising, this environment.
Merci.
Benjamin Duhamel, you're on France Inter now. Hello, Sophie.
Bonjour.
Hello. We're very glad to welcome you this morning on France Inter, live from ISS, 250 miles upon our heads. I have a chance, fantastic chance, to go to see you right now with your smile, your hair, with G0. It's over 4 months you're up there. You're over half of the mission. You're at home in space, aren't you?
Alors effectivement, il y a des routines qui commencent à s'installer.
There are some routines setting in. I think there's a lot of time I'm waking up in the morning and say, oh, wow. It's still surprising, especially when I dream about things happening on Earth, and I wake up and say, oh, I'm not on Earth anymore, I'm in space. So things remain surprising. Obviously, we're on top of efficiency because the systems, the interaction with the teams, goes smoothly. Everything goes very fairly. So I'm really loving each and every moment, and there's a lot of work to be done before going back to Earth. We are really marveled by the way you're surprised while you're overtrained. We on Earth, like every human being, we have some dead time, and we have to think for you, everything goes well all the time. Do you have some tough times sometimes?
Écoutez, oui, je suis humaine, donc
look, yeah, I'm a human being, so there are times when it's less easy, but each and everyone has his little recipes, so when there are little moments less easy, I'd say, well, It's like on Earth. What works well for me is to call my next of kin, people I can share with, call my support teams. We have impressive teams of support, supporting teams. Each astronaut has for him a support of 2 MDs and 2 psychologists. So I take chance of this interview to thank them all. They're really on the top. I'd like to call them also. It's part and parcel of the routine to call them every other week. But we spend more time having gigs rather than other things. It's something that surprised me. I thought I would have a lot of downtime. And in fact, for me, it's a joy, which is almost permanent. It's impressive. Impressive. I don't know what to say else, because the environment makes it that I think I'm simply enjoy. Yeah, we can hear you, Joy. You overwhelm us when you talk about Earth, what you saw from space. For our listeners, could you describe it as if you were in front of a hublot in the morning, waking up? We experienced a heat peak, something we never experienced. Is it seen from space?
Alors écoutez, quand j'ouvre les volets le matin,
when I open the blinds in the morning, I don't know exactly if it's day or night. It's the surprise to open according to the place we are. Then it's a guess game. Which is the country below us? What is magnificent, what I love, what I prefer to see, is the line of horizon where you see the curve of the Earth. You feel that this curve it englobes all the power of Earth and its frailty, its fragility. You see the very thin layer of atmosphere. I published it on my networks. At the opening of the blinds, I fell upon the Etna, the volcano. We've seen the fumes. I just grabbed the camera. You can feel the power of some phenomena on Earth, but also the fragility. Sometimes you see lakes drying out, and you clearly see the thin layers of the sediments when the lakes are drying. You can see the floods, and this is really striking. There are floods in California. I mean, fires, wildfires. All this is very impressive. You see the impact of the human being on Earth, but also the impact of Earth as a planet with its ecosystem, which is acting one with the other, whatever humans did. All this what we can see, all this addition, what we can see, it's unique. It travels in the space void, and you see it against the stars, much brighter than on Earth. You see much more than them because it's not hidden by atmosphere. And then you understand that the globe, the Earth, is a special vehicle, and we're all together navigating universe. Sophie, in the ISS, you have a schedule of a cabinet minister. Every 5 minutes you have experiences to lead, over 200. You have also currently an experience leading with kids on Earth. Compare how the seeds are germinating on Earth and in space. Medical experiments. What is the major hope about what you could deliver to science or to medicine in the experiments you are leading on the ISS?
Mais écoutez, moi, j'ai vraiment un cœur particulier à tout ce qui est médical.
I have something which is very special about medicine, about whatever could have an impact on Earth. All the astronauts are very busy currently about doing a lot of scientific experiences for research on cancer. I think that today, the world we're living in, we all know someone who was impacted by cancer, and we're all impacted. Closely or less closely. Since I've been working on that, it gives a meaning.
Ah, et on entend votre émotion.
We hear your emotion, Sophie. I don't know. It's great to hear it on this concrete aspect, which is the best answer to those wondering, why do we go in space? You deliver this answer in the best way.
Merci. Voilà, effectivement.
Thank you indeed. What we're doing, we try to have science progress, give meaning to all those years of training, all those years of tough work to get there. The meaning, I found it, and you to that.
Sophie,
are the experiences and your routine. A lot of French people would love to be in the space station. And what do you do the way we do it on Earth? Are you reading in the evening? I heard that, yes. And what's the last meal? What did you eat for your last meal?
Écoutez, alors, pour lire, alors,
reading.
Sur Terre, j'adore lire et je lis tous
When I'm on Earth, I love reading. I read every evening. Here it's much more complicated. To be clear, we have tablets, and the luminosity is difficult to adjust. And so I don't read as much in the evening. What I'm doing is yoga, yin yoga, enabling me to stretch out, to relax, and resource, recharge from all the intensity we have during the day. And this is how I prepare myself to go to sleep. And the food, well, we talk a lot about Anne-Sophie Pick's menus. And during the whole assignment, we will have only three-star meals shared with all the team. I could eat them for just myself, but we share them to feed the whole team. It's 3 meals, and daily basis it's prepared by the food lab. It's the food lab of the NASA, which is a super lab where they prepare the food, the meals. There are nutritionists working on that. You have to know that Houston, being in Texas, we have, how should I say, rather Texan food. It's spicy food. And for the French, it's very efficient. We have a few seconds left. Listen to this message from school kids from elementary school. We're school kids from elementary school from Paris. We followed your takeoff. I hope you work well. You made us dream. We love you.
Ils vous aiment. Et peut-être
they love you. Little girls, little kids might say, I'll do that when I'll be grown up.
Merci, ça me touche tellement. Merci.
Thank you, I'm so moved. Thank you, reporters, helping me to transfer all those information to the younger ones and the not so young. Everybody needs a little bit of lightness in this world. Thank you to all of you. And if ever I can just give something to the children especially, I'll be delighted. I'll be delighted to meet them when I'll be back on Earth. So, this is moving me a lot.
Il nous reste une toute petite minute, c'est de nouveau Jérôme.
One very last
On va en profiter pour rajouter une petite question.
We'll add one. We're talking about food.
Votre quotidien.
How was your routine? I was thinking about sleeping. Are you sleeping well?
Écoutez, je dors très bien.
Listen, I sleep very well, yes. I never had an issue to fall asleep. Rather surprising that
Enfin, pas
it's
avec moi, j'aime bien les
it's strapped. I like to be tight, to feel like to be close to something, like you have the sensation to be on the mattress, really, right? Here, if you don't tie yourself with the belt, you're floating, and it's okay for sleeping, but I love to be against the wall, and I can assure you I sleep really like a baby.
Vous approchez de la moitié de votre
You're
mission.
almost half of the time up in space. What do you want? You want to enjoy it at the most, or are you impatient to be back on Earth?
Écoutez,
Listen.
de manière générale, je suis vraiment contente d'être ici.
Generally speaking, I'm very glad to be here, and my mindset is to enjoy it as much as possible. I'm aware that at a certain time I'll have to go back to Earth. This being said, I remain a human being. Of course, there are moments where I say, oh, well, have a little fresh air, open a window. Yeah, I'm missing that sometimes, but look, I'm rather in the mindset of enjoying as much as possible. Live the present. All the things I have, which are extraordinary, I can testify about this. And I know when I'll be on Earth, I won't have them anymore. So I really enjoy the present. It's not the wind in your hair. It's the weightlessness. Thanks for having been with us. Thanks very much.
Thanks a lot, Sophie. This marks the end of this event.
Ok, merci à tous et merci encore à toutes les équipes
Thanks
qui sont là pour
Thanks to all the teams who are there to turn this mission into a success. It involves a tremendous amount of people, passionate people, and I include everybody in that chain, from the reporters relaying the messages to the scientific teams and the supporting teams, logistics, technical, and so on and so forth. Thank you all. You're all superb.
Station, this is Houston. That concludes the event.
Station Houston for